green jacket will be on his shoulders in just a moment.
But also as they embrace, joy is replaced by a sense of fear in Tiger. After Earl disregarded his doctor's advice to skip traveling to the Masters, Tiger's reminded of Earl's serious heart condition and failing health. And with those worries now in his mind, Tiger thinks, this is only the beginning. How much of my career will my dad actually get to see? From Wondery, I'm Dan Rubenstein, and this is Sports Wars. "21-year-old Tiger Woods had a lot on his mind heading into the Masters in April 1997. His father's health, his parents' marriage, and, oh yeah, the actual matter of navigating his first full season as a professional golfer. The win at the Masters led to sudden stardom, with new sponsors, magazine covers, TV appearances. Even then President Bill Clinton wanted to meet the first African-American golfer to win a major. But the sudden wave of attention makes Tiger uneasy. He's reluctant to become a symbol of social change. He'd rather spend his time working to perfect every detail of his golf game. His agent and father, however, both want to cash in on his newfound fame. As Tiger begins to map out his future, it's conflict that begins to bubble to the surface between him and the people who want to manage him. Agents, well, they're easy to replace. But fathers, not as much. This is episode 2, Greatness Realized. It's a picturesque summer day in Northern California on the Pebble Beach golf links in June of 2000. It also happens to be the third Sunday of the month, Father's Day. Tiger Woods is leaning on a club next to a seawall on the 18th hole with the Pacific Ocean just to his left. With just a few shots remaining in the 2000 US Open, he's reflecting on what he's about to complete.
Is this an option, or is this you're telling me the two availabilities?
Tiger is outpacing the field by such a wide margin that the final round is nothing more than
just
a formality,
whatever you're putting in.
18-hole victory lap.
Okay.
The question isn't will he win, it's by what crazy margin will he win.
If you're just gonna say, like, and you're just gonna add in one random thing to see if I'm listening or not.
No, I just want to know. You want grilled vegetable or...
No onions, mushrooms maybe. But I was waiting for you to say, like horsetail hair or whatever. I was waiting for you to say something like that.
But it's becoming the norm with Tiger.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Your choice.
Brief time on the tour.
After that game's done, can you go do...
Yeah, the game will be about 40 minutes.
The first time he played Pebble with Earl back in 1989. It rained the entire round. Tiger still had a blast though. Growing up in dry Southern California, he would never stop playing when it started to rain. He ran outside to tee it up. Earl would sit in the cart, watching and laughing, while Tiger covered himself in more divot mud with each swing. Now, 11 years later, he's just carved up one of golf's most challenging courses like it was a routine Thanksgiving turkey. The voice of his caddy, Steve Williams, then brings him back to reality. He tells Tiger, hey, looks like Jimenez just bogeyed. Tiger nods. He knows what that means. His lead is now 15 shots, 2 better than the record.
No, Ray, you're wrong.
Putts will give him the
it's
record
not.
With room to spare. As the second to last group clears the green, the caddy, Williams, prepares Tiger for the next shot. He tells him it's 123 yards here, with a little bit of wind coming off the cove. He points to a nearby sailboat to illustrate his point. Tiger nods again, and after a few relaxed practice swings, steps over the ball. With a smooth, controlled swing, he drops it right dead center of the green. The celebration begins as Tiger walks up the fairway. The swelling gallery of fans grows louder and louder, knowing they're witnessing a masterpiece. With the finish line in clear sight, Tiger is ready to claim victory.
Let the Tiger Woods coronation begin officially. In front of the fans at 18.
Tiger two putts to cement his place in history, tying or breaking 9 U.S. Open records in the process. After the trophy ceremony, he's escorted to a press room where a mass of reporters nearly as large as the gallery on 18 awaits. It's Father's Day, so there is, of course, a question about Earl. It's along the lines of, remember all the stuff Earl predicted that we thought was crazy? Did he actually underestimate you? Tiger purses his lips and offers a half shrug. Right now, he doesn't really want to talk about Earl. His dad's become a sore subject. Since his mom moved out of their Teakwood Street house 4 years ago, a steady stream of young women hired as Earl's quote-unquote assistants have replaced her. And Tiger had to fire an agent back in 1998 for overbooking him with sponsors. Deals that Earl was very much a part of. If he weren't blood, Earl might have gotten the boot as well. But he is blood. And despite his shortcomings, Tiger loves him deeply and appreciates all the work he put in to help Tiger get to where he's sitting right now, on a podium as the U.S. Open champion.
I guess that today is a very special day. It's Father's Day, and I can't tell you enough about what my dad meant to my golf, and me as a person growing up, and all the times that I had questions in life, and all the guidance that he's given me. I can't thank him enough. And my dad always took me out, and when we practiced, we played, and we had a lot of fun competing against each other. And those are the times you look back on, and you reminisce, and you miss.
At the end of the press conference, while walking off the podium, Tiger keeps thinking about his dad. Maybe it was time for Tiger to talk to Earl about the way his behavior has affected and bothered him. For a military father and for a son who keeps his guard up at all times, it's a tall task. But on Father's Day, Tiger resolves to give it a try. It's a week after Tiger's U.S. Open triumph at Pebble Beach, and he's about to hop on a private jet to visit Earl back home in Cyprus. While Tiger sits in a waiting area as his plane fuels up, he grabs a 2-month-old copy of Sports Illustrated. He barely notices his own face on the cover and starts flipping through absent-mindedly. He's a few pages in when he sees his dad's smiling face sitting next to his mom, Tita. Bolded in the center of the page is a quote from his mom, referencing Earl's chain-smoking habit, something that's been weighing heavily on Tiger's mind lately. The quote from Tita is, "I want to see my son's future. I want to see my grandkids. Dad wants to check out first? Fine with me, but I want to stay longer." For Tiger, it stings to read these words from his mom. It's definitely not fine with Tiger if Earl, quote, checks out first. His future, his kids. These are things for which he wants his dad around. Further down, there are a few quotes from Earl about their relationship. Tiger scans through them, growing more annoyed with each line of the story. He reads, "We don't have to communicate with each other to validate our relationship. I haven't talked to Tiger in 2 weeks. I raised Tiger to leave me." This one stings Tiger as well, but it also serves as a reminder. Tiger needs to call Earl right now. He's heard bits and pieces about what's going on at his childhood home now that Earl is there all alone. The women arriving at all hours, and that's more than even he wants to know. He certainly doesn't like this side of his dad, but doesn't want to confront it. He just wants the place cleaned up so he can try to enjoy some quality time with his pops. He grabs a phone in the waiting area and dials Teakwood Street. A raspy, somewhat startled voice picks up. Hello? Tiger says, Pop, it's me. I'm about to fly your way. You'll have the place cleaned up, right? Earl chuckles, but Tiger is insistent. Right? Earl responds, Yeah, I'll make sure everyone's out. I'll see you soon, son. Tiger hangs up without an I love you. Then he reminds himself why he's making this trip in the first place, remembering what he told the media about his dad just a week ago on Father's Day. This is a chance to start fixing things with Earl. A few hours later, Tiger arrives at the front door of his childhood home. Earl is there to greet him. Tiger peeks his head inside, afraid of what he might find, but he's pleasantly surprised. Outside of a stale odor, the place seems clean enough. With one good look, though, Tiger is more worried about Earl's physical appearance than the state of his living room. He's gained a considerable amount of weight in the past few years, and combined with a bad heart and smoking habit, it isn't a great recipe for health. The well-worn patterns in Earl's favorite recliner are all Tiger needs to see to know where Earl's been spending his time. Tiger needs to get him out of the house, and he knows just the place. There's a country club in nearby Newport Beach that made Tiger an honorary member. With a bit of persuading, Earl finally gets dressed. Less than an hour later, they're on the course, and Tiger is finding it difficult to bring up the things he wants to discuss. The golf course has always been their best place to bond, but he thinks there may not be enough golf holes in the world to get us talking about this stuff. Then, out of nowhere, Earl makes the surprising first move. He tells his son, Tiger, I know my health isn't great, and you want to start doing things on your own. I get it. But do you want me to be around more? Part of Tiger screams, yes, absolutely. Of course he misses spending time together. Simple moments like this with just the two of them on the golf course. But another part of him pulls back. After a swing change following the '97 Masters, Tiger is finally playing the best golf of his life. Maybe the best golf the PGA Tour has ever seen. Inviting Earl back in means dealing with a bunch of distractions that could derail him. He knows he can't afford that, so with a heavy heart, he answers. He says, I'll be alright, Pop. The rest of the hole is played in silence. No sports? No problem. MyBookie offers the latest and most popular game titles and state-of-the-art software. You'll poke damn day getting the runaround when you app.age workouts that fit your schedule. 3 days to work out, my forefather used. So try it for your.com, Park City, Utah. The best golfer in the world is in town shortly after the 2002 PGA season wrapped up. He's not here to ski or for family Christmas festivities. Tiger Woods is laying on an operating table. Tiger played great golf this season. Not quite at his 2000 level, but still best on the tour with 5 wins, 2 of them majors. Towards the end of the year, he started to feel a nagging pain in his left knee. Various tests have revealed several benign cysts and excess fluid. So he's here at an orthopedic surgery clinic to address what seems to be a relatively minor issue. Tiger feels groggy coming out of the surgery, but he knows everything was minor and he should be back on his feet soon. As his focus sharpens, he's met with looks from his doctors that surprise him.
I said
Nothing
no.
on their face is comforting. Tiger gives them a quizzical stare, but their collective look back
With what?
remains concerned. The
Why?
first doctor attempts to do some damage control. We have good news, Tiger. We were able to remove the cysts and fluid successfully. After a long pause, the second doctor follows in a more concerned tone. He tells Tiger, we also have some bad news. While we were in there, we noticed that you only have about 20% of the ACL in your left knee. It's only a matter of time before the ligament is gone. Tiger then perfect memory, wondering how his knee got this bad. He thinks back to 1994, the first time he had knee surgery while playing golf at Stanford. That procedure was just to remove cysts on a vein. But when the doctors gave him a bulky knee brace and instructed him not to play while recovering, he didn't listen. He convinced a skeptical Earl to let him tag along in his golf cart while he was home on break, telling him the knee felt fine after a few practice swings. But Tiger was lying. With each swing, it actually felt excruciating. Nevertheless, he shot 6 under on the front 9 before finally giving in to the severe swelling. He then told Earl, "You know what, I'm done. I'll rest it for you." He didn't dare to let Earl know what sort of condition he was truly in. It was a lesson he learned from his father. Pain is mental. Being hurt is mental. If you're injured and can't perform, that's different. But if you can manage the pain, you never show it. Tiger shakes his head at those memories. He realizes how dumb that was in retrospect. But could that have caused this? A nearly shredded ACL all these years later? Maybe. Or maybe it's the natural wear and tear that the raw power and violence of his one-of-a-kind swing has put on his body for years. Whatever it is, something has to give. Tiger considers his options. Maybe rehab with some time off, he thinks to himself. Just as quickly, he's disgusted with the thought. That's absolutely not an option. At least not right now, not while he's on top of the golf world. He thinks he hardly even needs a knee to win some of these tournaments. Just the sight of him is enough to force opponents into submission. Another uneasy thought replaces it. Can I really keep swinging this way? It's a reality he doesn't want to consider, but it feels inevitable. Tiger Woods might have to ditch the swing that helped him to win 34 PGA Tour events and 8 majors. The swing he built with Earl in the family garage and on the driving range of the Navy course. Finally, with the news fully registering, Tiger looks up at his doctors with just one question. So, how long will the rest of the ACL last? It's April of 2004, and Tiger Woods is having one of his best weeks in recent memory, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the game of golf. Tiger is sitting at a bar in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. He's with his dad and a bunch of Earl's old military buddies. Despite Tiger's frustrations with the way Earl has carried himself in recent years, he's tried to repair the relationship under some trying circumstances. The prostate cancer Earl was originally diagnosed with and treated for in 1998 has returned. Tiger's afraid that between the cancer, diabetes, and heart issues, Earl doesn't have much time left, and he doesn't want to waste any of it in anger. Which is why he's here at Fort Bragg, to better understand the military world that's such a big part of Earl's life. The past few days, Tiger has done just that. He's been wearing a uniform emblazoned with his name while doing long runs in combat boots, hand-to-hand combat exercises, and the true highlight of the trip, a tandem jump with the Army's Golden Knights parachute team. When he landed in the drop zone, grinning ear to ear, Earl wrapped him in a hug and said, "Now you understand my world." Now, at a table with a bunch of ex-Green Berets, the drinks and the stories are flowing. And one tale after another recalls Earl's heroism in combat. There was the time that his son's namesake, Colonel Fong, who Earl nicknamed Tiger, suggested that they defend a fire base all by themselves while waiting for South Vietnamese reinforcements, despite Earl's apprehensions. Earl sat crouched inside a jeep for hours with a grenade launcher, rifle,
Here is my chance to...
pistol, sweating profusely. As soon as the troops arrived, Earl and Tiger Fong sprinted to a helicopter. It was barely 50 yards in the air before the Viet Cong started peppering it with rounds. Earl turned to Fong while sparks flew off the bottom of the chopper. "Tiger, is it my imagination or are you a crazy son of a bitch?" On a another occasion, Earl was standing in a rice